Hello, my name is Toni Blake, and welcome to Human School, where we are all working to be better human beings. What a great idea! And I am sharing wings of positive change with the world. Now, have you joined me at 1M Moments on Facebook? If you're watching this on YouTube, jump on over to Facebook and join the group there, where every single time we share a Human School lesson, we've got really great artwork that you can upload into your desktop as wallpaper that has our 3 goals for the month. And we are on a journey of 1 year of Human School. You'll also find great resources. You'll find other people. I am looking 1M moments to make a ripple of 1 million moments of positive change in the world. Booyah! Can you join me on that? Because I love you joining that journey. Now, you know, life is full of lessons, isn't it? Sometimes we get the lessons, sometimes we get the makeup test, but life lessons just kind of roll in and through our life. But here is what Human School is about. It is about not waiting around and waiting to become a better human being or let life just randomly teach us, but to say, I am going to choose to add with great intention wings of positive change to my life. And every single month, I'm bringing you a brand new set of wings. And I'm about to bring you Human School lesson number 2. Are you ready? Get your pens out. A commitment to our humanity. This is about us making a commitment to say, I am going to be a better human being. Now, the first step to that is being willing to look inside to see ourselves. Now, I have this funny thing I love to say, that there are people out there that suck and don't know it. Have you met someone? And you're like thinking to yourself, oh my God, you suck and you don't know it. And they think they're so good and they're so not good. And you don't want to tell them. But seeing yourself, self-awareness, that is so important to us being able to know that we can be a better human being. To first be willing to say, it's possible for me to get better, to be more self-aware. So the very first step to this is that, and I want to share a book with you. It's an amazing, amazing book. It's called Emotional Intelligence 2.0. My daughter shared this with me, and I think it is just brilliantly written. Now, I normally recommend that you get a book wholesale because you're going to save money, and there's a bunch of used books and everything. Not on this one, okay? What I want to recommend is that you buy this book new, because when you buy it new, you get a link in which you get to go and assess your current emotional intelligence before you read the book, so you can kind of monitor and measure how you're developing that self-awareness, that social awareness, that self-management and relationship management. I just really believe that our relationships are the key to the greatest joy in our life, and that how we manage and how we build and how we grow our relationships with others has everything to do with the level of joy that we express in our life. And so many people are caught up in head knowledge, like, what is it that you know? Like, let's read and be intelligent. But the truth is that our heart is actually in control of our body. There is this fabulous website. It's called heartmath.org. When you go to heartmath.org, you're going to see tons of science on the fact that, guess what, baby? Your heart is actually in charge. That's why if somebody is really stressed and they've got that stress hormone or cortisol just dumping in their system, not only does it dampen down their immune system, but it breaks down their ability to cognitively reason. So you'll hear people advise someone who's really stressed, like, don't make any big decisions right now. Our heart, our passion, our dreams, our visions, our desires, all of that, managing that and our passion is the most brilliant part of living an intentional and conscious life on this planet. So this book teaches you how to manage your emotion, how to understand your emotion, how to use your emotions productively, and then how to perceive your emotions. Now, recently I rewatched the I Am documentary from Tom Shadyac. You know Tom Shadyac, right? Tom Shadyac? Tom Shadyac. Okay, who's Googling it right now? Oh my God, you guys. Tom Shadyac is the director of The Pet Detective, of Liar Liar, every Jim Carrey movie. He put Eddie Murphy in a fat suit. Brilliant, brilliant comedic mind. I mean, just amazing. But something happened to him, a life-changing event. and he produced this documentary, and it is amazing. I'm just going to tell you, when you Google it, you're going to find that it's broken into 3 things on Vimeo you can watch. You can go right to the website. You can download it from Amazon or even iTunes. There's tons of ways to go get it. But I'm going to tell you that if you watch it alone, you're going to wind up watching it again with someone you love, because it is so powerful. Just saying. So when you go to watch it, make sure you bring a few people that you love along. Now, number 2 in this wing of positive change is to use the good you've learned with intention. That means to understand what you do that's right, that's good, that's worthy, and then make sure that you're intentionally using that in the world. Now, with your first wing of change, I taught you the butterfly effect, and we talked about getting a mirror and having that mirror challenge where you took a look at your face and then you made sure you weren't projecting negative emotions on other people. Well, I want to introduce to you a concept. It's actually something that we have built into our bodies. They're called mirror neurons. They're a type of brain cell that respond equally whether we've performed an act or we're just watching an act. Like, have you ever seen a movie or something where someone is hurt or cut or killed or something violent happens to them and it's upsetting and disturbing to you? Or maybe you've seen one of those videos where the soldier comes home and he surprises his 2nd grader in school, and that child turns around and sees their father and like runs and buries their head in the father's body and cries. And it's like, in that moment, well, good Lord, I could just get myself all worked up right now. These mirror neurons suggest that we are connected to the emotions of other people, to the experience of other people. Now, even Charles Darwin, who said so much about humanity, also said it's not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the one with the most intelligence. It's the one who's adapting to change and that lives with the ability to be cooperatively moving against common threats. That our ability to cooperate, that our ability to be human means not that we're separate and competitive, but that we're together and that we're connected, and that our compassion that we feel for others is a big part of our success. Being a great human being means that we choose love and not hate. And Charles Darwin also said that the love for all living creatures is the most noble attribute of man. Baby, are you ready for this? I think the Beatles said it first, or somebody said it. Love is the answer, y'all. Love gives our wings lift. Love connects us, and we are so connected. I was recently in Austin, Texas. I took my wings of positive change into Texas, and I went into the Austin airport in order to catch my plane home. And when I got in there, I heard live music. I was like, wow, this is awesome. And I found this great big stage that said "Asleep at the Wheel," and it had a live band there. And I looked around. It was a seat yourself situation, and there was a couple sitting at a six top. So I asked them if I could join them. They said yes, and I sat down. Before I sat down, I noticed there was actually a food truck inside. It was kind of a weird, it was like a trailer or something, and I wasn't sure if I needed to go get my own food. So a server walked by in front of me, and I stopped her and said, is this self-serve, or, is this table available for service? And she gives me this really sarcastic look like, hello, I'm a waitress, that's my table. And she says, why don't you just have a seat and I'll get back to you. And I was like, okay. I sit down, and the couple that is sitting at the table, which I soon came out to find out is Holly and Riley. And they said, she's a bit of a grump. And so I just said to him, she needs a hug. I'm thinking, I'm going to do what I can to take my positive wings and see if I can't turn her day around. So when she comes back, she looks down at me, she says, and she actually doesn't look down at me, she looks at the paper and she's like, what can I get you? And I looked up at her and I said, what is your name? She literally moved her body away from me, like in offense. She said, Tiffany. I said, hi, Tiffany. My name is Toni. And I smiled up at her. And I didn't notice exactly how she phrased this or what she looked like when she said it, but she says to me, my mother's name was Toni. So I smiled back up at her. I said, that's great. Did you love your mom? And she says, I used to. She's gone. And like, awkward. So I just turned and pointed to what Holly was drinking, some Chardonnay, and I said, I'll have what she's having. And she nodded and walked off. And She went and got my Chardonnay. When she came back, I stood up and I said, would you like a hug from a Toni? And she looked at me, and then she came into me and she let me just hold her for several minutes. When we separated, she had tears running down her face. She turned quickly and went behind these double swinging doors I'm presuming was into the kitchen, and she was gone for a while. But when she came back out, she had a new smile on her face. And she smiled and nodded at me. And we had this just wonderful experience with live music and some brisket tacos and Tiffany and Holly and Riley. And before I went to pay and leave, I saw her over at the water glasses, and I decided to walk over and talk to her. And when I did, I decided to share something a little bit vulnerable with her. I told her that I had had 3 pregnancies in my life, but that none of them had made it. And that any time I got a moment to be or step in the shoes of a mother, that it was just precious to me. And she turns to me with a look of total shock and says to me, I just lost a baby, and falls again into my arms. And I held her, and we had this very special moment of love. And I walked away, and I will tell you something. It's like, what are the odds that a woman named Toni, who's had the same painful experience as she is living with right in this moment, is gonna wander in? And before I left, you know what she said to me? My mom was a redhead. I got this precious selfie. She gave me her name and information, and we stayed in touch. We're so connected. This program is about making a commitment to our humanity, and every single month being a person who expresses themselves with joy and dignity and goodness and integrity, and to find what's good in ourselves, and then to make sure we make a commitment to intentionally express it in a form of habit. So the second part of this is use the good you've learned with intention. The third one is to be open to see those areas of improvement and to figure out how you can, in fact, make a positive change in your world. I have so loved taking my program with Wings of Positive Change around the country. I had the privilege recently of speaking in Dayton, Ohio, to the 3rd largest affordable management company in the country, and there were 500 people there. I did 4 one-hour sessions of Wings throughout the day and had an amazing experience. But when the conference is over, everybody was pretty much local, and so they all drove home. I went into the bathroom, threw my hair up in a pony, took off my butterfly wings, got a little comfortable, went and got some Chinese takeout, and I was walking casually back up to the hotel when out of nowhere, it seems, this great big huge guy, looked like a lumberjack, comes leaping out from behind a bush, which I find out later is actually just a smoky section, and he points at me and he says, "You're my favorite human." And I was like, "Really?" He said, "Yes." He said, "I have made a commitment to my humanity." He said, "Since I left your session, I've been on the phone with my girlfriend, and we are talking about how we can express ourselves more intentionally in our day, every single day." Whoa, I love it. There is this powerful thing when we mentally and emotionally focus on becoming better in our life that expands beyond ourselves to affect and move others. I want you this month to focus on your commitment to your humanity. Please make sure you go over to Facebook to the 1M Moment wall and print down that wallpaper you can put on your desktop or laptop with your 3 commitments for this month. And next month, I'll bring you one more set of Wings of Positive Change. My name is Toni Blake, and I'm your coach right here at Human School. Have a great month.